It is no secret that I love piercings. I have 16 in total. I have 5 lobes on both sides, and then I have this industrial bar, which is 2 holes through my ear, and then I have 2 cartilage piercings right here. When I was growing up, you were really popular if you had like your whole ear pierced all the way up, and I was like, everybody was wanting, and I wanted to copy that because I thought that was so cool. Sorry I look so like busted and red. I just got out of the shower. I mean, like, granted it was a little bit ago, but like my roots are still a little wet. You guys can maybe tell, but... And that's why I also have no makeup on, because I took a shower and I was like, I'm not putting makeup on it. Yeah, look at my nail. I'm missing, this nail broke the other day, and this nail broke like a week ago. I need to repaint my nails, they're looking a little crusty. I got my first lobe piercing when I was like, I think 3, because my sister was 5, and my mom told my sister that when she turned 5, she could get her ears pierced. And I went with them, and I threw a fit because I wanted my ears pierced too. So my mom was just like, all right, you can get your ears pierced. So got my first lobe piercings when I was 3. They still are open, I can still put earrings in. I just put these earrings in to show that they're still pierced. I'm pretty sure I got these earrings from Spencer's. They are kind of heavy though. So I remember that my sister pushed her earring back through her ear, so she had to go to the ER, and my mom had to like take tweezers and pry the back through her skin. It had like grown over and stuff. It was a whole disgusting mess, and I was really scared that was gonna happen to me, so I took them out, and I just didn't wear earrings for a lot of my life. And then when I got to like middle school, so like 7th, 8th grade, that's when I was like, ear piercings are cool again. So I begged my mom for like probably a year to get my doubles pierced because that was like what all the cool girls had. Like cool kids had their ears pierced double. Look at that. I put 2 earrings in 1 hole. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen, but it was in the first hole the whole time. So basically from 6th grade until the middle of my 7th grade year, I only had 1 piercing, and I begged my mom. So she went out to Sally's beauty store and bought an ear piercing gun, which I know those are like really terrible for your ears, and like most of the time when the gun goes in, it can push the ear, the like butterfly back into the ear too far, so it goes into the skin and like gauges your ear. But luckily that never happened to me, and foreshadowing, all of these piercings besides this one is from a piercing gun. Go ahead and yell at me in the comments because I already know, I already watched Rolly. I don't remember what his last name is, but he's the guy on YouTube that has like a ton of facial piercings, and he looks really cool and I like his videos. In the middle of my 7th grade, I got my doubles pierced by my mom with a piercing gun, and that really got the ball rolling for me. I was like, I am her, I done been her, I just now have my 2nd holes done so I can embody her. So I was like so cool, I was like feeling my oats and everything. And people at school were like, oh my god, you're so cool because you have your doubles pierced. I was like, yeah, I know. And then I went to the mall with my friend to get her doubles pierced because she wanted to be like me. What can I say? I'm a trend starter. Ow. Yeah, as I pull out my earring. And then I think maybe the summer after 7th grade, I was like getting kind of bored with my look. So I was like, I think it's time to go up. So I got my 3rd hole pierced again from the Sally's gun by my mom. And like, they aren't too bad, but this one is like the one that's not even. And my mom claims it's my fault, but I don't really know. So apparently when she marked it and put it in, I had jerked my head away because somebody like yelled for me or something, so I went to look. And that's right when she did that. So it's like not even, but I don't really care. Cause I could like take this out and let it close, but I think I've had it for too long, that's probably not gonna close. So I got 1 uneven little earring, but she's fine. She's welcome. So in like the summer after 7th grade, I got my 3rd holes pierced. And for a while I was like, okay, I'm cool with 3. Like, I'm so cool. I have 3 ear piercings. And then, like, my freshman year, I was like, time to get crazy. So I was like, time to do a 4th hole. And that was when I was wanting to go with the idea of piercing all up my ear. I was like, I'm just gonna get like one piercing every so often until I have my whole ear covered in piercings. But as you see, I didn't do that. Freshman year, I got my 4th hole pierced, and then I think when I got my 3rd hole pierced, I also got my first cartilage piercing, because that was also becoming the new trend of everybody getting like a cartilage piercing, and like it was so cute and quirky, and I was like, heck yes, I need that, because I'm obviously the queen of piercings at my school. Look at me, I have 2 earrings. So I got my cartilage pierced with my 3rd hole or whatever, and then I think after I got my 4th hole, or the same day I got my 4th hole, I got a 2nd cartilage because I thought that was really cute, and I was like, yeah. So I got my 4th holes and my 2nd cartilage done, and then for a while I was like, okay, I'm done with piercings until I feel like it again. So then I think maybe my sophomore, like middle sophomore year, just like middle of 10th grade, I got my 5th hole pierced, and I was like, yes. And then I was like, actually I might stop here, because I kind of like this gap, because if I fill it up, then it's no longer cartilage piercings, it's just kind of like all pierced up, and it's not like special, because it's not like there's a gap here and then cartilage piercings. So then I was like, I kind of like this, so I'm gonna like calm down for a little bit. And then shortly after, I think I got these, and then I knew I wanted to get my nose pierced. I wanted to get my nose pierced for a really long time, mostly because I was a little wannabe emo, and every emo girl had their nose pierced, and it was so cute. But I was like, I'm different, like I'm not a normal girl. I was in love with Andy Biersack, as anyone with eyes is, and if you don't know who that is, yes. So I was in love with him, but unfortunately he had a girlfriend. Like, Andy, you're supposed to date me. Even though I was like 16. His girlfriend is Juliet Sims, and she had 2 nose rings, and I was like, oh my god, Andy must like that, so I'm gonna get 2 nose piercings. And I also really thought it was cute. So one of the first times I babysat someone, I made them money, got the cash, ran into my mom, and I was like, can you please let me get my nose pierced? I will pay for it. So took me to the nearest tattoo piercing shop, and I got these when I was 16. I paid for them. They did not heal the best. They had like a keloid bump. I don't know if it was a keloid bump or just an infection bump, but I'm a picker. Like, I'm somebody that picks at my skin and like pops blisters and stuff. So I did not leave it alone, like everybody says to, and I went ahead and like popped it, and then it like scabbed over and then went away. So I was like, and then it never came back. So I was like, everybody telling me not to pop it. I popped it and it's gone now. So when I was like 17, I kind of started to want this piercing, the industrial bar. I was like, it's kind of cute, it's kind of cool. It is kind of cool, like, it's sick. Like, I have a bar in my ear and it's connected and I can like move it. But this was the worst piercing to heal. I swear. It might have been my fault, partially, but then I think also the fact that it was 2 piercings done at once was not it for me. I mean, it's fine now. I went with my mom and grandpa to a piercing and tattoo place, and my grandpa was gonna get a tattoo, and I was like, I kinda want this piercing. And my mom was like, I'll buy it for you if you want it. And I was like, don't have to tell me twice. So I got it pierced that day, and then maybe like a week and a half or 2 weeks later, we went to Ocean City, Maryland for a vacation. And as you know, with piercings, you're not supposed to be in sand with it or like in the ocean. I was like, my body's freaking a super healer. There's no way I can't just like go in the ocean right now because it's already healed basically. So don't do that. Please wait until your piercing is completely healed, and maybe you'll have a better time with this. But I didn't do that because I was like, why would I do that? And also when I was down there, the end ball of my first jewelry like came off and fell down the sink. So I was like, so I had to change it when I was there, which is also something you're not supposed to do. And I found out the hard way that I think that originally it was an 18 gauge needle that was in my ear because it's like really small. So I didn't know that, and I didn't know there were different sizes of bars, and I was just dumb. And I had a bar that was a 16 gauge, and I was like trying to shove that in my ear, but like my ear wasn't healed, and it also wasn't the right gauge, so it was not working. I had to keep the regular bar in with no ball on the bottom, so I was just and constant fear that it would come out of my ear. I had to wait for that, and then I had it like that for a little bit, and then I took a metal like rubber back to earrings that you get when you get like a new pair of earrings. There's like a rubber back, and then there's like the actual butterfly clip, and then the like jewelry. So I took one of the like really stretchy rubber backs, and I was able to pull it over the metal bar. So it was just like metal ball, metal bar, rubber ball. That wasn't even a ball, it was just like an earring protective back thing. So I had that in for until it healed for a little bit, even though I didn't like let it fully heal. I think that this piercing takes like 8 months to heal or something crazy like that, because it is 2 piercings and it is like a really sensitive weird part of your ear, I guess. I don't really know the reasoning that it takes so long to heal, but it does. And even to this day, when I change the jewelry, it is so hard because you have to like either stick it through this bottom one and then try to like find the hole in here without like using a mirror, or unless somebody else can help you. But most of the people in my house do not want to help me. They're like, I'm not putting a bar in your ear, that's gross. So I was like, thanks guys, love you too. So I'll have my mom come, and she is so ruthless, and she's like, even if I'm like screaming in pain, she's like, do you want this done or not? And I'm like, yeah. So she has said that she's the only one that will help me change my jewelry. Unfortunately, my ear is so weirdly small that like I have all of these really pretty bars that have like designs right here, but because of I guess how small my ear is, even if I like push in, let me get a jewelry to show you what I'm talking about. So like this earring, for example, it's really cute. It has this little heart there, but whenever if I put it in my ear, there's not enough room for it to come back down into my other piercing hole, so it's just too big. I don't know if they make, this was the smallest size bar that I could find on Amazon. I might be able to go into like an actual tattoo shop and find smaller bars, but I've never done that. So I have in this one that's clear and rubber, because whenever I sleep, it like goes like that, because I sleep on this side most of the time, which I recommend if you get this piercing, get it on the side that you don't sleep on. But I had these cartilage piercings and I didn't want to mess them up, so I got it on this ear, and like I sleep this way so it gets pushed by my pillow. And I had in a regular like metal one for the longest time. Anchor one right here was the one that I actually had when I was in Maryland. That didn't fit my ear because it was too big of a gauge, and I don't even know if you guys can see that, but it's an anchor and it didn't fit. So, but like this metal bar, I had this in my ear originally and it just kept always being in pain. So I actually have a lot of really cool industrial bars. Like this one I wore for a hot minute, which looks like a screw nail, and I thought that was really cool, and I was like, I'm so cool with this. But I ended up taking all of them out and just going with this flexible clear one, because this, I've had it in for like several months now and I have had 0 problems with it. Another great thing, that if you can't find one of these metal ones, which one of these like plastic ones, I think it came in like a set off of Amazon, but they also have these, which is a really great alternative, and it's like an industrial bar that's split in 2. So you just put this in and then that in, so you have like a gap right here, which if you have that problem, I found these also work. I wore those for a while until I managed to. That is how I ended up with so many piercings. Do I recommend them? Yes, if you are going to take care of them and follow the directions your piercer gives you on the healing process. Yes, go for it. I've recently been thinking about getting my belly button pierced. I tried to pierce my belly button once when I was in like 7th grade with my friend on FaceTime. We were both trying to pierce our belly buttons and neither one of us were really successful at it. I don't have my belly button pierced. I did try, but I've recently been thinking about getting my belly button pierced professionally, but we're still in a pandemic and I feel it would be safer if I just waited for a little bit longer because it's not dire. But my mom has a belly button piercing, my sister has a belly button piercing, and I just think they're really cute. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. And I'm flinging around this little bag that has all of my jewelry in it. Anyway, bye.